Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm looking at Harmonies, a solo and competitive Euro of tile placement and animal loving, I don't know. No disclaimer for this one, I borrowed my friend's copy to cover the game, and I'm going to do a full solo playthrough and then give some thoughts at the end of the video. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also listen to our podcast for reviews and design discussions, or come and say hi and join the conversation on our Discord. So the core gameplay of Harmonies comes from these little tokens, tiles with different terrain on them. Each turn you'll have sets of 3 and you'll choose one of them and place them on your board. In solo it's 3, in multiplayer I think it's 5 or 6. And there's rules to each terrain type, how you can place it, what it scores. So the green tokens score different values based on how many tree trunks are underneath them, although they do need a green on top, so 1 for just a single green, 3 for a brown and then a green, and then 7 for 2 brown and a green. But that's the highest you can build. You can't go any higher than that with trees. Mountains can also be stacked, 1, 3, or 7 points for 1, 2, or 3 mountains respectively, although they have to be next to at least one other mountain, so you have to have a chain of at least 2 for them to score. For yellow tokens, they score 5 points if you have at least 2 of them next to each other, but you don't get any more points for more than 2, but if you can separate them into distinct sets of 2, then you can keep on scoring 5 points for each set. And then buildings need a red building tile on top, but they can have a mountain, tree trunk, or other red token underneath, but they have to be 2 to score. And they only score if they have 3 different colors or more of tokens next to them, and they score 5 points. And finally, the river changes depending on which version you're playing on. I'm playing on the smaller map, and in that case, you take the longest river you build on your map, although it has to go the shortest route possible, and you get more points for the longer it is. And those are the basics of scoring the terrain. You'll be picking 3, placing them out, and in solo, all the other tokens go away, and you'll get a new set. And either when all the tokens in the bag run out, or when you end your turn with 2 or fewer spaces open, you'll score and see how you did. But additionally, we can't forget the animals. You'll have an offer of 5 cards at a time, and when you get a card, it'll go in one of these 4 spots here, so you can only have 4 active cards at a time. And you'll place little cubes on the animals, and you score points based on how many of these cubes you can get away. Whoops. So, like right now, I would score nothing, but if I'd placed out 1 otter, I would score 5. If I'd placed out 2, I would score 10. If I'd done all 3, I would score 16. And also, if you get all of the cubes placed, then the card goes away, and you now have another spot to place a new card in. And to get the cubes down, they show you the exact configuration of tiles you need to have. So here, 2 level 1 green, and the level, importantly, has to be exact. And then 1 blue, and the blue, in this case, you get a little reminder of it right here. The blue is where the cube actually goes, so you can't reuse that one because it already has a cube on it, but I could, for example, do this, where the same 2 greens are fulfilling the pattern, and that would let me put like an otter there and an otter there. So you have to put out your 3 tokens every turn. You can optionally take a card every turn, and in solo, if you don't take a card, you can discard one of them to draw a new option. And then you can, as many times as you like at any point in your turn, place out any animals that you're able to. Finally, there's an optional add-on in the game called the Nature's Spirit mode, where you start out with 1 of 2 cards. You get to pick which one. If you can put out your spirit at some point during the game, it gives you endgame scoring based on different things. So we'll play with this. I haven't done this one as much. I've mostly played the base game, and we'll see how we do. I'm not really that great at the game, but at least I can show you how it plays. All right, so here we go. Starting the game, I get 2 options. Here I've got some kind of goat lord, who loves mountains. To put him out, I would need a level 2 mountain next to a level 3 mountain. And then I'll just score extra for mountains, which are already worth a solid number of points, 7 for each level 3 mountain I get. Or I can do this dragonfly guy, which if I can get him out with a river surrounded by 2 level 1 trees, would then make every river of 2 or more worth 7. That's not that great though, because I already want, at least for this map, I want rivers to be one long contiguous thing. I guess maybe on the other map, although here you kind of want rivers to be connected too. So yeah, I don't love him. So let's pick Goat Boy, and he'll fill up one of my 4 spots. And he gets this special white cube to mark when I'm able to complete that. And that makes me think maybe I should go for mountains, although currently there's no one who cares at all about mountains in the animal track. But I can discard some of those and try to get more. The only negative about this is that I would get 2 nice mountains, but I get a green that's kind of worthless. But hey, I could work toward like the otters or the ladybug over there, so it's not too bad. So sure, let's get the 2 mountains and stack them. And I guess for now, I can put the like random green over here. And I can't place that yet. I'm not going to take one of them. So which one seems kind of meh? I guess I can keep the ones that have the greens. I'll get rid of this other blue since this one also wants blues. If you look like kind of in the bottom right corner at the terrain, that's what they suggest to kind of make sure you're not overindulging in one terrain type too much. So that gets replaced. All of these get dumped, and I'll get a new set of 3 sets of 3 to pick from. Oh, and interesting. 2 of them are identical, but they do have the mountains I'm going for. So yeah, I feel like I should probably do that. And I'll go ahead and make this a 3 mountain. Now, as long as I can get one other mountain next to it, it's scoring. Now here I could like do that with the plan to get a water, or even that to get a water for the otter. But that only scores 1 point. I could alternatively just build up a level 1 tree, which gets me 3 points. But well, I guess that would potentially help me get whatever that is, like a panther. I mean, here's the thing. In the solo game, there's no other player to speed through the game. So generally, I find building lower level things, like single level trees, kind of hurts you. So yeah, I am going to actually build the 2 level tree there and see how that goes. And I'm going to ditch something again. Guess this one. It seems a little weird to get a building with all this water around it. All right, here we go again. I don't love that I'm getting so many mountains, because that means that there'll be fewer mountains overall for me to place later with my goat guy. But yeah, I definitely want to get one of these doubles. The building, I'd have to get 3 different types of things. The green, again, could work with the otters, although they're not that great for me. I feel like maybe the building is a little bit more likely to score well. So I'll go ahead and put this here, and that'll let me get out him. And now a nice thing is this doesn't care anymore whether this stays a level 2, since it doesn't have a cube on it. You can't like add stuff to a cube, but once a cube is already there, you can change the other parts of the pattern. So I can put a 3rd mountain here, which would raise it from 3 points to 7 points, and would also get it says 4 points for level 2s and level 3s? Yeah, that's interesting. So actually, hold on. So 2 mountains becomes 7, and 3 mountains becomes 11. 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. 11 divided by 3 is 3 point, a little bit more. Okay, so I guess 3 mountains is still slightly better. And of course, I'm using my space in my board more efficiently to not end the game earlier. But yeah, that's kind of interesting. Okay, where do I want to put this build? Maybe like here. I'm ready to get 2 other colors besides the green that's already adjacent to it for it to score 5. Oh, and I do have the potential to have a hedgehog score if I can get another building and then another level 1 tree next to it. And then I could use that same level 1 tree to get up to 2 panthers. Yeah, we'll go for that. That seems good. Which means I don't want to discard any of these things. Let's get rid of this. At some point, hopefully, I actually take some. Hey, look, there's one that wants mountains. That's helpful. All right, with the things I was talking about, I think this is the obvious one to take. So I can put that there, and then I want to have a row of 2 trees next to it, so we'll do that. And then, yeah, I think I still want to build that, and then, yeah, if I can get some water eventually, I can add things there. Cool. Oh, that's right. Sorry, this card actually goes away, so I have room for other ones. Do I want to grab something? I mean, like, I feel like I'm definitely going to do some of these, right? Let's go ahead and grab the hedgehog. So I can potentially put out 2 of them, although I need to have another building next to the trees. That seems not super likely. That's interesting. Ooh, what a nice little... yeah, what a nice combo that is, because look, that one uses the trees and that one uses the buildings, but I can build them all like next to each other, and they won't hurt or do anything negative to each other. Ooh, okay. Thinking that one, maybe, right? Because I could finish my tree to start getting hedgehogs out and also get those guys out. I could get more mountains and start building another building somewhere to potentially like get the last hedgehog. Although the water would let me get some fishy fish. I'd still get the mountain, and then the yellow here could let me get the panther and or the ladybug. I'm sure I'll get the green later, and I don't. Yeah, I think I actually like this one better. Okay, so let's get one random. Well, nah, I guess let's put a water over here, kind of out of the way. Maybe I can build a river eventually. We'll get that there, and we'll start building another mountain. And for now, I'll get the fish, although there's a lot of things I could go for. And I can immediately put out this one for the 3 and see if I get more water later. All right, speaking of more water and mountains, yeah, I think I got to go for this one, just because with my goat, mountains are so valuable to me. I could do that. I could start building, and that'll also make my building better. I can go like that. And then what do I do with this building. If I want to get another one of him, if there's going to be a 1 tree there, I could also put a 1 tree there. Although then I guarantee... Oh, actually, here, what if I do that? Because the building actually itself counts as a different type, so that would make sure this building scores. This building looks very likely to score. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I can put out another fishy. And do I want to grab anything else yet? I guess not yet. And here, I'll get rid of this guy because, look, he's using mountains that I actively don't want to have. Level 2 mountains. Although I guess it wouldn't hurt that much. Maybe I should have kept that. Well, whatever. All right, no mountains this time. Just a reminder, the game will end when I have 2 or fewer spaces left on my board, or when the bag runs out. Although with the smaller map, I think it's almost impossible for the bag to run out. Didn't get any green. The water. Yeah, this seems like the one, right? I'll finish that building. And I can put another water here. That'll get another fish. And then what do I do with this? So putting it here would score me 5 points. But if I theoretically want to go for the Panthers, I could go here and then try to finish it later. And that would also make sure my building... Oh, I guess that building's already good, actually. Yeah, I kind of like that better. So can I put anything out? Yes, I can put out a fish. And I still can't do that. Can I get anything else? The koalas I could get for 3 points, although I don't plan to do anything else that would help them. I already have the warthog. And I should have another one. Is there anything else I was going to use that used green? No, so yeah, let me grab the warthog, I think. Okay, and I'll put out the first one here. If I get that tree, I can do another one. Okay. I want the river to finish the fish. I very much want the mountain to keep on building those points. Would this help me out at all? Oh man, did I mess myself up? Yeah, you know what? I put this here and blocked off my potential for a second hedgehog. But I could set up another like 1 level tree here to get my 3rd warthog. That seems pretty good. So sure, let's get this. I'm going to put this last water here. It's not going to help my river get any longer, but it will get my fish finished. And then I'll put this here to hopefully do the warthog later. So that's my last fishy fish. And then am I going to grab anything? I guess not yet. Here, I'm definitely not doing this mouse. Bye-bye. Okay, The rivers are not as useful to me now because the river has to take the shortest path. So, like, if I put a 4th river here, I wouldn't be able to score for 4. I could just score for 3 because, again, it has to, like, take the shortest path to an ending. But the 2 greens would be nice. That would finish up my things here. That would let me get both my warthogs out and get 2 panthers out. I mean, that would be awesome. Although, am I really going to run out of greens? Probably not. I could get this one or this one. Well, not this one. That one's kind of crazy. I'm between these 2. Where would I put another building, and do I care about another building? Again, I don't think I'm going to... Well, I guess I could... No, never mind. I was going to say I could put a building somewhere over there. Yeah, let's do this, I guess. I just want to make sure I got this stuff finished. Okay, so with that, warthog, so they're done. And then my single, probably only hedgehog. Then I'm going to grab them and immediately finish them. That definitely felt good. All right, salad turn. Okay, so I've got 7 spots left on my board. From these, if I get the 2 yellows, either variation, I can finish up these yellows to get them to be worth 5 points, which seems pretty good. Is there anything else? I can't do the bumblebee with how things are looking. I could still get the koala. No, I can't because the green's already used up. I can't get the otter. I can do the ladybug. I mean, it might as well. The bear wants mountains that are smaller than mine. And now if I did get a river now, it would make it 4 long, which would be 8 points instead of 5. But I feel like the chance to maybe get another mountain is going to be better. So I'll get this. I'll go boom and boom. And then, yeah, just because time's running out, I'm not going to be able to finish that many things anyway. I'll get a ladybug. It's not many points, but it is something. Cool. And yeah, I was going to say, it's very likely the game will end here because I probably just don't have enough options. Yeah, in fact, I made a level 1 tree. Yeah, there is no combination here that won't end the game. So I might as well go for the most points I can. So as far as I can tell, there is literally no animal that I can score another thing for. Now, if I got this double, I could put out a building. That would be worth 5. That's pretty nice. I can make... Yeah, this one would just let me make the river longer, which would be worth 3. Meh. And this one would let me get a 3-point tree and make the river longer, which is worth 6. So I guess that's the best one, actually. And yeah, none of them will let me get my other hedgehog out. Yeah, because I just can't put the building nearby. None of them will work with this. Oh, wait a second. I could do another dude right here. Yay! Yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, so I think this is the highest scoring possibility. Make my river a little bit longer and make a level 1 tree, and we're done. Well, actually, hold on. I see a possibility for a little bit more points. I'll put that there. Grab the koalas, and I can put one here. Yay! All right, so that's it. Let's get the final scoring, and then I'll do the review. So first you go terrain type by terrain type. So we'll look at our green. It's 1 point for level 1, 3 for level 2, 7 for level 3, and nothing if you don't have a green on top. So here I've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. Then mountains is 1 for level 1, 3 for level 2, 7 for level 3, but they have to be in groups of at least 2. So I got 7, 14, 21, 22. Not as many as I would have liked. Okay, then yellow is 5 points for each group of at least 2, so that's going to be 10. Nice, nice. Buildings, 5 for each one that has at least 3 colors next to it, and both of these do, so that'll be 10 more. And then river, the longest I go, taking the most direct path, is 4, which is worth 8. So my terrain total, 35, 45, 55, 63. Pretty good, pretty good. Now let's get to my animals. Start out with the finish one. So for him, I'm getting 4 for every level 2 or 3, which is just 12. Not too bad, I guess. Not as good as I would have hoped. Then my other completed ones, 11, 24, 34, 40, right? 40? That was pretty good. Then my incomplete, 5, 10, 13. Blah. That was not so great. So that's 25, 65. So together we got 128. And you check your score. I was just shy of getting 5 stars for my score. And then you get extra points if you were on the smaller board because you have less space to build stuff. So that's 1 more. So that's a 5. And then I get points based on which type of nature spirit I use, 2 if I use none. And this one is the one that's supposed to be the most powerful, just shows I'm not great at the game. So I only got 5 suns, which I think is lower than my last 2 or 3 games. But again, I haven't played with the nature spirits as much, so I don't know if I'm really getting as much out of them as I should. But yeah, so that's it. It's just a beat your own score thing, but it does take into account what variables you included in the game. So let's discuss my thoughts on this one. I think it's a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed my competitive play. Turns are very quick. Each player just picks 3 things, puts them down, grabs an animal, and then the next player can go, so the games take almost no time at all. I think it's attractive in its presentation. I love the animal card art. It's just a very fun style. I think the simplicity of the components, how well everything fits into this very small little box here. And just the nice feeling of having built something and seeing all your animals living in your little terrain is very enjoyable. I also think it can be pretty crunchy if you want it to be, but also very accessible. So trying to consider how to place the best terrain stuff, how to place the best animals. It can be as brain burning as you want it to be, but I can also play with my kids very easily. And another nice thing is that the game does have options to kind of simplify the play if you want. So you can go on the bigger board, which gives you more things going on and makes the game take a little bit longer if you want that experience. You can add in those spirit cards if you want more scoring opportunities once people know the game well. And also, even though this isn't in the rules technically, I've played with my 8-year-old where I just have him doing the terrain and not the cards. And that makes the game very accessible and very simplistic to learn it before you add in the greater complexity of the card choices. The solo mode also works fine. Having 3 choices at a time and having to pick one can be pretty tough. And the fact that cards don't go away except when you discard them and you can kind of mill through the deck gives you some cool choices. You can leave a card you really want to score later. There's no fear of another player grabbing it from you. That said, it is just beat your own score. I do appreciate, as I said, that they moderate your score based on which options you use, but in the end, it does feel a bit random. And also, randomness can come out in, which tokens come out in which configurations, which cards come out when for both multiplayer and solo. That can affect your final score, but it's a quick, light enough game that doesn't bother me at all. One other minor complaint I have about the game, specifically the solo mode, is that because the game is often going to end from you only having 2 spots left on your board, you are encouraged, I think, by the game to build up as much as you can. So strategies with trees and with buildings and with mountains are, at least in my limited experience, going to serve you better because you're going to get more overall turns to score than if you're doing a lot of, single level grass and yellow and blue, which will quickly fill up your board and end the game. This is not the case in the multiplayer game. In the multiplayer game, you can try to end the game quickly by pursuing a strategy like this and kind of skunk the players that are going for big mountains and buildings because they won't get to finish out their board. But in the solo mode, there is no timer besides the regular ending of the game by running out of space or running out of tokens. So that pressure is not there. But yeah, Harmonies is lovely. So big recommend, especially for competitive or solo if you don't mind the lack of pressure and the fact that it's just beat your own score. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good gaming, and I'll see you at the next stop.